back. Another episode on the streets. What woke me up, or Rex didn't wake me up. I was awake, but I was asleep for a while. Well, let's say I was in suspended animation or in escape mode for a good many years. What really got me back into the game, though, were the attacks of 9/11. Like most people, it was a shock to the system again. And it has been kind of like my pet project ever since, to try to wake people up to it. That false flag is we're still, of course, suffering the repercussions from. And it is just furious to me that we've been living this lie for this long. This obvious lie. And what grates me more than anything, it's that old saying, as you know, when good people stand by and do nothing, evil triumphs. That people will purposely go out of their way not to be curious about this, not to ask questions. And what we got here is two short interviews with people that ask questions about the poster you're seeing here, which incidentally you can get on a shirt, sweatshirt at my shop at badassunclesam.threadless.com. They are good quality too. I highly recommend them. I did some shopping around for a good shop, and this one was the best I could find. And this design does bring up questions. People do ask about it. What do you mean by that? What's that third building? What are you talking about? And that's what we have here. But what makes these people, these two gentlemen particularly stick out is what cowards they are. How they really don't want to know the truth. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory. No, I really don't want to know. And for the people like this, I actually respect people that will give me an argument of some kind more than I do these cowards. But this is it. This is what I do out there. I'm trying to wake people up to it. And of course, I think 9/11 is the linchpin. If we ever pull the plug, pull the pin on that one, the deep state house of cards collapses altogether. So that's it. That's what I do. If you want to help me do it, you know what to do. You hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And if you've already subscribed, well, subscribe again, because you know they keep on constantly knocking off subscribers. And the tech giants are up in their ante as far as censorship. They're even getting more aggressive in their censoring. So we have to fight back even more aggressively. And spread the word, share these videos, and if you can, go get a shirt. Go get a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a print, hang it on your wall. And spread this message and help me out. If you want to purchase anything, well, then if you'd like to help me out in other ways or purchase something that's still going to be out, you can go ahead and go to my directly to my PayPal account and through my email address, badassunclesam76@gmail.com, and ask you to make a contribution. And if you can, make a $5 contribution every month. You can do it automatically. It helps me out a great deal because I am on the streets, and weather dictates when I can't get out. I can't make money out there, and when that happens, it hurts. So it's you that can help me out. I want to thank all of you patriots out there. God bless you for having the courage to speak out and to be part of this truth movement. It's needed. And of course, if you're unable to speak out for whatever reason, job or family or whatever, then indeed help me out so I can do that for you. So God bless you. Godspeed. Protect this country. Protect Donald Trump. Amen. Let's get on the streets.
What does 2 planes, 3 buildings do the math?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. On the day of 9/11, there were 3 buildings in New York City that collapsed. Nobody ever talks about that third building.
Third building?
It was the last building built in the World Trade Center complex, called WTC-7, the Solomon Building. It was 47 stories tall, housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies and the mayor's emergency bunker. It was a fortress. And from where we're standing to the other side of the French Market from the Twin Towers. At 5:20 in the afternoon that day, without being hit by anything, with very little damage, it did this in 6 seconds. Straight to the ground in perfect controlled demolition fashion. No one's ever explained why that building collapsed. It wasn't even mentioned in the 9/11 report.
So, what are you saying?
What happened to it? What made that building collapse?
So, it wasn't the World Trade Center's falling on.
It was, as I said, it was from where we're standing to the other side of the French Market. The buildings in between here and there didn't collapse in free fall fashion into their own footprint. It was a perfect controlled demolition style collapse with no resistance. Crimp in the center, right to the ground.
So this sounds like a conspiracy theory of some kind.
Would you like to watch it collapse?
No.
Why not?
Not in the mood.
Okay, but it's not a theory that it collapsed in perfect controlled demolition. It collapsed in 6 seconds, perfect control. You can see the splibs on the side, and it went into its own footprint. This is not a theory, it is actual fact.
Okay.
So the point is, why hasn't anybody ever explained why that building collapsed?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you think an investigation would be warranted?
Yeah, okay, thank you. We gotta go. Thank you.
Remain stupid. You know what those buildings are, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. This building is the 3rd building to have collapsed in New York City on the day of 9/11. It's called the Solomon Building, or WTC-7. It was the last building built in the World Trade Center complex. It was 47 stories tall. It housed all 16 of our intelligence agencies and the mayor's emergency bunker. This was a fortress. And from where we're standing, from the Twin Towers to the other side of the French Market, at 5:20 in the afternoon, with very little damage to it, it did this in 6 seconds flat. Perfect controlled demolition, straight to the ground. It wasn't even mentioned in the 9/11 report. No one's ever explained why it collapsed in perfect controlled demolition. And currently there are a group of lawyers that have a lawsuit or going against it, try to find out what happened to that building, to get an investigation going into it, to see what made it collapse. It's one of the biggest mysteries of 9/11. How about that? I'll give you some info on it.
That's right, thanks.
Uncurious people, afraid of the truth.